In today's session, we are going to discuss regarding the next concept, the next type of microwave passive device, that is attenuators. You know what is an attenuation? It's a process, okay? And attenuation is generally how you can view opposite processing of amplification. Amplification में signal strength ज़्यादा होता है, but in case of attenuation, the signal strength decreases. So attenuators, these are the passive devices. The cursor. These are the passive devices used to control the power levels. Control of power level means even if they are very much high, sometimes we may not require that much high power. So we want to reduce it. That's why we use attenuator to control the power levels. In a microwave system, how we are going to use this attenuator is by partially absorbing the transmitted signal. Okay, so whenever a signal is transmitted through a waveguide, suppose we use these attenuators are constructed by using some sections of your transmission lines. Just let me go back to your previous slide where I have already listed this. In the introductory part of microwave passive devices, I had listed this one point. Yeah, microwave passive devices and components, these are designed, hope it is visible to you, these are designed using the sections of coaxial lines or waveguides. So जो भी आपका transmission line होगा, उसका एक section लेके इसको design करेंगे. Okay, so even attenuator also it will be like that. We design it using a section of these transmission lines. It can be a coaxial line, it can be a waveguide. We are going to look at both of them in the further section. Fine. So by designing these, by making use of a section of the transmission line, if we design these attenuators, okay, so these attenuators will fit into this particular section. So whenever an incident wave, okay, a wave is traveling, it is propagating through the transmission line. It can be a coaxial line, it can be a waveguide, it can be a strip line, anything. If suppose it is transmitting inside, it is propagating through the transmission line, if some part of that wave, some power of that wave gets absorbed, obviously the reached wave, at the receiving side, what wave we are getting, the power what we are getting, it won't be exactly same as that of the incident. It will be less because certain part of that power gets absorbed in between, okay, when we use this attenuators. So how attenuators work? These are used to control the power levels. How? By partially absorbing the transmitted signal. Partially absorbing, okay, not completely, partially, so that we can control the power levels. Now, how you're going to design attenuator is, this is a very important part of attenuators, resistive films, okay. Thin, आपने शायद देखा होगा dielectric slabs, so something like that. These thin resistive films will also be there. So dielectric glass slab, it is coated with aquadag, AQUADAG. So aquadag is nothing but a coating of graphite, okay. So it's a special material used in order to coat these dielectric glass slabs or resistive films, okay. Graphite, that is in liquid form. Aquadag, it is a coating of graphite material. And these resistive films, these are important in the design of attenuators, okay. These are used in the design of attenuators. Now what variety of attenuators we are going to study, okay. For that, let us just see the classification of attenuators. Broadly, attenuators, they can be of fixed type or variable type, okay. How you classify this? Fixed attenuator means throughout the length, whenever it is a wave is propagating through a transmission line, whatever attenuation is achieved, that will be fixed throughout the length. Okay. Variable attenuator means as and when required, if we want the attenuation a slightly variable at certain points, at instantaneous times, we can achieve this. Okay, throughout the length, it may not be same. That is called variable attenuator. So there are two types: fixed attenuator and variable attenuator. I have written here in the bracket also, amount of the attenuation achieved, it is a fixed. In case of variable, amount of attenuation, we can vary it by the design. You can see it in the further section, how they are designed and how the variation happens. In the fixed attenuator, for your study, you're going to study coaxial fixed attenuator. This is your first type of attenuator. Second type you are going to study is fixed type waveguide attenuator. As I told you, attenuator, it can be used in any of the transmission lines. So transmission line can be either coaxial or waveguide or strip lines. For your study, coaxial and waveguide attenuators are there. So first example is a fixed attenuator, coaxial fixed attenuator. Second example which you are going to look at is fixed type waveguide attenuator. One is coaxial, one is waveguide. Coming to the variable attenuators, you're having three types. One is, these are all variable, okay? So one is flap attenuator. Next, movable vane attenuator or vane attenuator. I think it is vane, better to pronounce it as vane, movable vane attenuator. And the third one is a rotary vane attenuator, okay? In a flap and a movable attenuator, this vane attenuator, we use a rectangular waveguides, okay? And these are variable attenuators which you are going to look at. These are all waveguide attenuators. यहाँ पे सिर्फ कोएक्शियल फिक्स्ड अटेन्यूएटर एक ही हम कोएक्शियल लाइन रिलेटेड है, बाकी जो सेकेंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ, फिफ्थ, फ्रॉम 2 to 5 all are waveguide attenuators. Okay, so we are going to look at totally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 different attenuators we are going to look at. Now, the first type, coaxial fixed attenuator. You can see the figure. This is a coaxial line. ये ऊपर वाला coating है. Okay. The coaxial cable something looks like this. Okay. Two concentric cylinders will be there, one inside the other. Okay. So ये जो part है, I have drawn it here. And this indicates a outside coating. Because whenever you might have seen the coaxial line, it comes with a black coating, right? Insulation should be there. You can observe this coaxial fixed attenuator. You have a small section of, this is placed at the center. That is, ये जो inside conductor है, something like this. Okay, so whatever your inside conductor is there, inside that this lossy material, or you can say dielectric slab or resistive film, whatever you call, so that material is placed inside that central conductor. Okay, I'll just show you the how it looks practically. First type, only first type, let me show you. Just a second, let me zoom in. This is your coaxial attenuator. Okay, it looks something like this. यहाँ पे inside जो structure है, inside this a lossy material will be placed. So a coaxial fixed attenuator, it uses a thin resistive film. You can see inside a thin resistive film with losses on the central conductor. So it is placed at the center in order to absorb some amount of the power. So whenever a wave propagates and okay, it travels through this central conductor. Because this material we are keeping inside, वो एक obstruction जैसे behave करेगा. Okay, it will come in the path of that wave which is propagating. Okay, assume करो ऐसे wave जा रहा है, it will encounter this lossy material. So what this material does, it will absorb some power when a wave is propagating through it. Okay, it is something like that. Okay, when the rain is raining, when it's raining, if you keep a material, it will absorb, a lossy material, in the sense it has that characteristics of absorption. So it will absorb some amount, whatever phase is visible to that rain, the water droplets. So something like that, whenever a wave travels, when it encounters this particular resistive film, this resistive film, it has a characteristic of that absorption. So it is coated with aquadag. So because of that, it will absorb some amount of power whenever a wave propagates and it encounters it. Okay, so lossy material, as I have told you, the example is aquadag. Now the length of the dielectric, you can see I have drawn a structure something like this. On at these both ends, some tapering is, even this length and this tapering, it is very important. So the length of this dielectric, it will decide how much amount of attenuation exposed hoga water droplets के लिए, rain के लिए, उतना ही absorb होगा, something like that. So जितना length होगा, the length of your dielectric, it will decide the amount of attenuation introduced. It's very simple. Okay, coaxial line, fixed attenuator, it is very simple. Just take resistive film, it will be kept inside the central conductor. Now coming to the second one, as I told you, I have listed already. First one is over. Second one, let us see what is a fixed type of waveguide attenuator. So instead of coaxial cable, we will use a waveguide here. It consists of a thin dielectric strip coated with a resistive film. Again, there will be a coating, there will be a lossy material. Okay, this is not a coaxial cable. This time, this is your waveguide. So how a waveguide looks like? Something like this. I'll show you in further concepts. Something like this. ये जो top portion है, this is your top view. Okay, so these are the boundaries of your waveguide. यहाँ से enter होगा, hollow रहेगा ये. Okay, a hollow pipe आप imagine कर सकते हो. Your water pipe, it will be hollow, but it will be round. So that is a circular waveguide. Similarly, if the mouth is rectangle, so that is a rectangular waveguide. So instead of coaxial line, we are going to use here waveguide. So again, we use a dielectric material. And this dielectric strip, which is coated with a resistive film, it is placed, you can see, it is placed at the center of the waveguide. Okay, and how it is placed? It is placed parallel to the maximum electric field. You think that whenever a wave travels through this waveguide, so a wave is nothing but it is an electromagnetic wave. So both electric and magnetic fields will be there. So let me just show you how the fields will be there inside the waveguide. You can see here, this is your waveguide. As I told you, whenever a wave travels inside, different modes are created. Okay, so for a TE mode, TE indicates transverse electric mode, and a TM indicates transverse magnetic mode. So because EM wave has got both electric and magnetic fields, so whenever the dominant mode is a TE mode, okay, electric field, transverse electric field mode, you can see blue color line, it is in this direction. Okay, if it is the field is in this direction, these red lines indicate magnetic field. So both are perpendicular, you know it. Electric and magnetic fields, they should be perpendicular to each other whenever an electromagnetic wave is passed. So how the field lines look, you can see electric field, it is like this, vertical in direction. So if I consider this here in my figure, suppose this is your let me show this only. This is your waveguide and a wave is entering like this. How the direction of electric field will be? It will be something like this, vertical. Okay, electric field ऐसे है तो obviously इसको जो resistive material है, dielectric material है, उसको ऐसे position रखना पड़ेगा, so that sorry, both it should be parallel the way the electric field is there, it should be kept parallel to that. Okay, parallel in the sense I cannot draw here. Okay, you try to imagine. I cannot show you in two-dimensional structure how it is kept parallel. It should be kept like this. Just rotate it. I cannot show you, but try to imagine how it is kept. It is kept parallel to the maximum electric field. When a wave is propagated through it, okay, through this waveguide, this resistive film जो भी inside है, okay, it will induce a current. So what is happening inside is, when a wave travels inside this waveguide, we have kept a resistive film inside. So what this resistive film will do, whenever this wave is passed through this, there induces certain current. Okay, current अगर induce हो रहा है तो charges flow होंगे. So after some amount of time, what will happen? Some amount of power dissipation occurs because of the induced current. Some amount of power dissipation occurs. Power dissipation, you can feel it after some time. Your devices, your waveguides, you can feel that heat. Okay, so that indicates the power dissipation. So it results whenever a wave is propagated inside the waveguide, when it encounters this resistive film which is placed at the center, it will induce a current. Because of the flow of current, there exists a power dissipation, and this power dissipation you can visualize in the form of a heat. Okay, you can experience it in the form of a heat, leading to power dissipation in the sense what? Leading to the attenuation of the microwave energy. So in this way, certain portion of your transmitted signal gets lost as a heat. It gets radiated as a heat. So this is attenuation. So these two are the fixed type attenuators we have seen. One is coaxial attenuator, fixed attenuator. Second one, the waveguide attenuator, fixed one. Now coming to the variable attenuators. In variable, all are waveguides only. The three are flap, movable vane, and the rotary vane attenuator. These three attenuators we are going to look at. So let me show you this second figure. So this is your coaxial attenuator, fixed attenuator. Second type, I haven't taken, I guess. Sorry, I forgot. So this is the flap attenuator I have taken. Okay. Hope it is visible to you. You can see in the structure. I will explain that what I have written. But look at this figure, what all this figure contains. You can see, this looks like a matchbox, right? In the matchbox, there will be two sections. One is the box in which matchsticks will be there, and the other one, the upper one, a covering will be there, right? So that covering, it looks like something like this. This is your rectangular waveguide. You can see there is a knob here. Okay, this is adjustable knob, and there is a dial. Okay, some readings are also lined here. This is your locking screw. Obviously, एक position अगर हम attain करते हैं तो उसको lock करना जरूरी होगा. That's why the screw will be there. So this is a, it is something like your small fan kind of a structure. Okay, something like this. You call it a flap. So this is a flap, and inside this waveguide there will be a groove here. ओके, एक स्लॉट बना रहेगा, उस स्लॉट में ये जो फ्लैप है इट विल फिक्स. ओके, so the size will be, ये slot का जो size है, ये जो flap है, flap will be easily it can be inserted and taken out. It is something like that. This is a flap. Yeah, you can see here there is a slot here, and this is your flap. What this, as I told you, this is a variable type of attenuator. So how the attenuation occurs, as I told you, as we have seen in the coaxial fixed attenuator or even in the waveguide attenuator, some resistive film will be placed inside. Okay, and that material, it will absorb some amount of the transmitted signal. That is the basic principle behind the attenuation. Some amount will be lost there, some it will absorb. Here also you can see this is a flap. This flap is having a resistive material. So ये जितना depth में insert होगा in this slot, okay, through this slot, आप इस ये position, this is it is something like a hinge. You know what is a hinge? We have even studied about this hinge in case of your electromagnetic theory also. Try to remember, I had told you something like a door. Okay, door will be connected to a hinge so that a free movement is possible. Try to remember that. So here a hinge will be there so that this is fixed at one end, the other end this is freely movable. So you can move this part, you can insert this into this waveguide up and down, and jitna amount आप अंदर डालोगे उसको, okay, if it is completely inserted and it it covers your waveguide, this inside part, then maximum attenuation occurs. And if you take completely outside, okay, no insertion means 0 dB attenuation, no attenuation, simply as it is the wave will pass. Okay, so this depth of insertion of this flap will decide the attenuation level. So that's why it is called variable attenuator. Flap attenuator is a variable attenuator. So hope you understood the structure. So now we can just read out the theory behind it. I have tried to draw the structure. Hope it is something, it is looking like that diagram which I have shown you just now. Okay, so there is a screw here. So the position, once you you insert this flap, that position should be locked. And this is adjustable dial through which you are fixing on what amount of insertion you want. Okay, and there is a slot here, okay, empty. This flap is movable. Okay, two diagrams I have drawn just to show you. यहाँ पर एक slot रहेगा, ये flap है, and this will be coated with the lossy aquadag resistive film. And this is your hinged arm. As I told you, ये एक fix रहेगा so that free movement is possible. Hope the structure is clear to you. A variable flap attenuator, it can be constructed by using a semicircular flap. You can see this is a semicircular flap of lossy dielectric. So it will be coated with a lossy dielectric material, resistive film. So it is made to descend into the longitudinal slot. You can see ये आपका waveguide है. Okay, this is the opening, and this slot which is cut here on the top of this top wall, that is a longitudinal slot. It is not like this. Okay, slot is not like this, slot is like this, that is longitudinal slot. So this flap, it is made to descend into this slot cut at the center of the top wall. You can see how it is at the center. You can see the distance. Hope this is exactly at the center, hopefully, of a rectangular waveguide, and this slot is cut on the top wall. By changing the depth of insertion of the flap, as I told you, it is movable. It is free to move, hinged arm. So जितना ये जो flap है वो अंदर जाएगा through this slot, depending on that depth of insertion, your attenuation will be decided. So by changing the depth of the insertion of the flap, attenuation can be varied. When the flap is completely outside, as I told you, no insertion, slot say completely touch ho gaye, inside it is not going, just above this. If it is completely outside, so there is no attenuation, right? So kyunki wo it won't enter your waveguide itself, so it won't encounter the wave which propagates through the waveguide. And when it is completely inside, assume you have adjusted your flap such that it is completely inside. Okay, it has entered through this slot and it is completely inside this waveguide, so maximum attenuation is achieved. And a maximum of how much attenuation for flap attenuator? 90 dB attenuation is possible. Okay, and even the VSWR value is also given 1.05 for flap attenuator. And the dielectric slab, it can be shaped, that flap, semicircular, you have this structure, this shaping. Okay, so the dielectric slab can be shaped properly according to the convenience to get a linear variation of the attenuation with respect to the depth of insertion. So no doubt it is a variable attenuator. Okay, we are varying, we are changing the amount of attenuation depending upon flap kitna insert hoga, okay, through that slot kitna andar jayega. Okay, again you can adjust by the shape of your flap and the dielectric slab. It will decide if you take it, choose it properly according to the convenience, so that ye jo aapka variation hai, it will be in linear relationship with the depth of insertion. Linear relationship means something like this: aap jitna depth change karte jaoge, linearly your attenuation should be there. So there should be a linear relationship between depth of insertion and the variation of the attenuation. So wo kaise decide hoga? The dielectric slab, it can be shaped properly. Okay, this is about the flap attenuator. Let me just see whether I have downloaded flap attenuator. This is the structure. I didn't get other one. Okay, so we have discussed three different attenuators. One is coaxial, the second one is waveguide fixed attenuator, this is the third one, variable flap attenuator. Now coming to the fourth one, movable vane attenuator. Okay, check this structure. And as I told you, only first one is coaxial. Remaining four, which we are discussing now, we are now into the fourth attenuator, fourth type. So the remaining all are waveguide type attenuators, remember. So whatever I'm showing you here, this indicates that matchbox, rectangular waveguide. Okay, something like this. It will be something like a rectangular. Your matchbox will be having two different boxes, right? In the inside one, you will keep the sticks. The outside one, which is a covering, which acts as a covering, that is your waveguide, something like that. This is the top view which I am showing you. From the top, if you observe, it will top cross section. Okay, top if you just made a section and if you open it, it will look something like this. So movable vane attenuator, you can see there is a resistive film. Even ये जो structure आपको दिख रहा है, even this is also a top view. Actually it looks something like this. Top view means ये आपको दिख रहा है, ये जो top वाला section है, this one, this is visible to you here. Okay, actually this whatever resistive film is there, slab with two rods, it is connected to this what we call micrometer screw. Okay, from this screw it can be moved, that's why it is called movable. So because of these rods, it is connected with a screw. Based upon the position of the screw, you can adjust this resistive film placing. Okay, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो it is completely attached to one side wall. Okay, but however in the second figure you see there is some gap, and these two rods are connected, and here I have not drawn that. Here that screw is there, micrometer screw is there. From this you can change the position of this resistive film. Okay, and we call this movable vane, and depending upon the position of this resistive film inside your waveguide, attenuation can be varied. That's why it is again what, a variable type of attenuator. Now coming to the description. Here a resistive vane, it is supported by two dielectric rods. As I have shown you, two dielectric rods are there. Okay, separated by this separation, what is there. Okay, how they are going to decide? Somewhere they will just keep two holes, they'll drill the holes and they will connect the rods. It's not like that. Even the spacing between the rods matter. So how they are separated, what is the deciding parameter? They are separated by an odd multiple of quarter wavelength. Odd multiple of quarter wavelength. Quarter wavelength means what? Lambda by 4. So odd multiple, it can be 1, it can be 3, it can be 5 lambda by 4, 7 lambda by 4, something like that. The placement between the separation between the rod is something like this. It should be the odd multiple of quarter wavelength. And it is perpendicular to the electric field. Obviously electric field lines aise rahenge. So rods perpendicular, it is placed perpendicular to the electric field. A variable type attenuator, how it is constructed? By moving a resistive vane by means of a micrometer screw. You can see with this a screw will be attached. Just by using the screw you can move this. Complete structure can be it can be inserted, can be taken out, and can be nearer to the side wall. So the positioning can be done by means of this screw, microwave screw, from one side of the narrow wall to the center. You can see it can be moved up to the center or to the side wall, where the electric field is maximum. Where electric field will be maximum? In general, at the center it will be maximum. You know already, I think you have studied about Gaussian distribution, something like this. The electric field, it obeys or it follows Gaussian distribution, where at the center you will find the maximum field. When this movable vane, the resistive film is there, if it is moved towards one side wall, as I have shown you here, it is completely attached to one wall. Okay, but here you can see it is somewhere at some distance from the wall. Thoda separation hai yahan pe. It is not completely at the center position also, but there is some distance. It is not completely touched with this side wall. So when it is moved towards the side wall, the attenuation, it goes on decreasing. Obviously, क्योंकि center में अगर आप इसको place करोगे, field value is maximum at the center. So attenuation na, when you keep this the position of this moving vane at the center, attenuation ज़्यादा होगा. It will absorb more transmitted signal. But if you just shift this somewhere away from the center, and ये जो side wall है, इस side wall को अगर आप touch करोगे, so maximum field तो center में है. Okay, obviously, so the amount of attenuation will be decreased. But at the center, if you keep, it will be more. Hence, if you just move this vane towards the one side wall, the attenuation goes on decreasing, thereby controlling the microwave power coming out of the other port. Assume this is your one port. Assume करो कि ये आपका second port है, and a wave is traveling through this waveguide, something like this. And if you keep this movable vane at the center, maximum attenuation occurs. ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा energy absorb हो जाएगा, and whatever comes out from the second port, it will be having attenuated signal. And simply if you move this to the side wall, attenuation उतना नहीं रहेगा जितना center place में रखने से होगा. That amount of attenuation will not be there. So the attenuation amount will be decreased if it is completely attached to the side wall. But if it is at the center, maximum attenuation. Hope you understood these. Now the last type of attenuator we have to look into, that is a precision type variable attenuator or rotary vane attenuator. So two names you can see, precision type or rotary vane attenuator.